Hi na na hi na hi la ya. Hi na hi hi hi. Hi na hi hi hi. Hi hi. Shalom Aleichem, and welcome to this week's Parsha Vort of Reb Shlomo Carlebach's teachings on Parshat Vayishlach. So actually, we're going to start off with a different Reb Shlomo, Rashi. Shlomo is Chaki. And the pasuk says like this: Yaakov just meeting Esav. And in chapter Lamed Gimel, verse Daled, Vayaret Esav likrato. Esav runs to meet Yaakov. Vayachabkeu vayipol atzavarav. And he hugs him and he falls on his neck. Vayishakehu vayivchu. And he kisses him and he cries. So Esav kisses Yaakov and he cries. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why are there dots all over the word Vayishakehu? 6 curious dots in the Torah scroll. So Reb Shlomo teaches us like this. Rashi says, Vayishakehu. Nakudalav. V'yesh cholkim b'davar hazeh. There are those who disagree about this matter. The Brayta is Sifri. And the Brayta of the Sifri. Yesh darshan nakuda zu lamar shelo nishku b'chol libo. Some explain that the dots are teaching us that they didn't really kiss each other. In other words, you might have thought it's actual kissing. The truth is, it's fake kissing. Whereas you remember probably from your Mora in 3rd grade, Esav goes in for the kiss and he really bites him. He's a vampire. And then miraculously, Yaakov's neck turns to marble. And Esav is, ouch, that really hurt. And Esav's plan is foiled. That's the general explanation that you probably heard before. But Rashi goes on to give a second answer. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai says, Halachahi, everyone knows, Piadua she'Esav soneh Yaakov. That Esav hates Yaakov in general. Esav didn't like him. He wanted to kill him. Ella shenimcharu rachamav. But his mercy was warmed for Yaakov. B'otosha, at that moment, his mercy was aroused. Unishako bechol libo. And he kissed him with all his heart. You get it? The dots are telling us that the love was sincere at that moment. That's what Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai teaches us. And I think this Rashi is teaching us a big yesod in life. Esav actually loved Yaakov at that moment. Why did Esav love Yaakov? Because Yaakov loved Esav. When you show love towards someone else, the other person almost has no choice but to feel love towards you. And that's the derech. Or Yaakov's love was sincere, and so Esav's love back to him was sincere. Shlomo Carlebach would always teach us that when it comes to us and the nations, we can't wait for them to give us the hug. We need to go and give them the first hug. And Reb Shlomo was the one who first went to Poland, to Germany. He gave them a big hug. When I go to the Kaisel and I see, thank God, all the tourists are coming in, it's my job to give them a hug. I can't wait for them to come out and dance and sing with me. I need to bring them into the circle and dance and show them love. But I think this is not just about Jews and non-Jews. It's about every one of us and the power of empathy. The ability of Rachel in last week's Parsha, instead of getting angry at Leah when Leah accused her falsely, to say, whoa, you felt like that? You thought that I stole your husband? Even though I know that you stole my husband. She empathizes with Leah. And in that zechut, she got Yesh Sachar Lepul Hatech. She gets Yisachar. Leah gets Yisachar, but Rachel is remembered forever to become the mother of the Jewish people because of her empathy. Historian the Holy Brother. Shlomo was given a concert. And I think it's in Eugene. And he's on stage. And what happens? These Sandistas, political movement, and they storm onto the stage and they say, Shlomo, why are you taking our people? Our people should have been, rallying with us for our motives, for our political agenda. And Shlomo looks at them. He says, I didn't know this concert was scheduled a long time ago. I'm so sorry, Holy Brother. And they say, but isn't it more important to fight for our nation, to fight for our rights? Shlomo looks at them in the eye and says, yeah, you're right. You know what, Chevra? Let's take a few hours out of our concert. We'll postpone it. Let's go join them in their rally. And that's what he did. They all went over to the rally. Shlomo was the most fiery speaker of the whole rally. And you could say it was just a shtick that Reb Shlomo did to make peace, but maybe Reb Shlomo really empathized with them at that moment. Instead of getting angry at them like almost every one of us would have done, he put himself in their shoes and felt love. Shlomo was once walking down to the Kaisel, and some zealot takes a big and spits on him in his beard. Apparently that guy didn't agree with Shlomo's Mahalach and Avodas Hashem. Shlomo looks at him in the eye and says, Rebbe, you must feel really strongly about how you feel, and he gives him a big hug. And the guy didn't know what to do with himself but hug him back. Shlomo was once held at gunpoint by a guy on the train in Manhattan. And he takes a look at the guy who was pointing a gun at him, and he says, Rebbe, you must be feeling so much pain if you have to do this act. And he gives him a big hug till the guy drops the gun. So this is Reb Shlomo. This is our Rebbe. This is what he's teaching us. In our own lives, we might not be able to get to that high madriga, but the next time someone's not so nice to us, instead of getting all angry, ask ourselves, what must they be experiencing? What's the pain that's pushing them to act in such an irrational way? Show them love and be surprised to see the crazy things that flow from it. So from this week's Parsha Vayishlach, we see the love that Yaakov can show towards Esau, at least according to Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, Rashi's second answer. And it's an inspiration for all of us to turn the stages, show love towards those who we love, and even love towards those who we hate. Hope you enjoyed this Reb Shlomo Parsha Vort of the week. We're going to be sending out Reb Shlomo teachings at least once a week, hopefully more, and sending them from this YouTube page and from WhatsApp group specifically aimed at spreading the Torahs and the Derech of Reb Shlomo. And I bless you. An amazing rest of the week. If you have any comments, thoughts, ideas, please send a WhatsApp message or an email to Keith Flax's YouTube page or keithflax@gmail.com. And have an amazing, almost good Shabbos. Aina, naina, hina, naina. Aina, naina, hina, hina. Aina, naina, hina,